Today on Nebraska Woodster, we got a little bit of rain, only a few times a year that this works out. A little rain on Sunday morning. We got a slash hole, we got to burn, but we're gonna have to start it wet. Let me show you how. All right, let's do it. Hey Woodsters, my name is Mike. Well, as you can see, she's raining out here. Got a little bit of rain. We probably got 1,500s, 2,000, something like that, but everything's gonna be wet. She's gonna blow through here in the next, I would say hour or so. So by noon or so today, we're gonna fire up that slash hole. Got a bunch of stumps in there and a bunch of offcuts and stuff like that. Hole's starting to get pretty big. Everything is green around it and will be wet, so we should be in pretty good shape. Kind of show you what the program is here. Today we're gonna do, you've seen me before make fire starters, wax and wood shavings, but we're gonna make what I'm gonna call a bunker buster fire starter. So just kind of show you what I'm thinking here. I do have the little fire starter, then I've got a bunch of dry wood because everything up there is gonna be wet, and also just some slash and stuff laying around the shop and back of the pickup. So I'm gonna kind of show you what I'm thinking here and see if we can't get this started, and I'll bring the whole process to you. All right, let's do it. All right, here's what I'm thinking here. I'm gonna line the outside of this thing here with all big wood, and in the center, I'm gonna start putting smaller pieces, slash little chunks, little kindling, if you will, and then try and get a fire starter stuck right in the middle of that thing as well. And then more big rounds or big pieces on the top side, and wrap her up and use that as my fire starter. So one giant fire starter. So let's, never done this before, so let's see how it works. Well, there you go. That's what I'm kind of thinking. The one thing I know I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna run a piece of wire around this here, just so that once it gets started, it doesn't melt the plastic and it all fall apart. So the other thing I'll have to do is be a little bit careful. Some of those fire starters right in the middle, gonna wanna fall out, because my plan is to flip it up on end, start those fire starters there, and let the fire burn up and out, and hopefully get the rest of the pile going. So, well, as you've seen there, apparently They don't have to look neat and nice because we're gonna burn them right up. So yeah, it was got it a little bit too big and tried to wreck everything, but lesson learned. We'll run it around by hand first before we hit the foot pedal. So, all right. A little more careful with the little fire starters inside of the Bunker Buster fire starter, and that way I don't have to worry about them falling out. Should be able to light it and throw it there. So like I said, last thing I need to do is get some wire around this thing so she don't fall apart right away when it melts the plastic, and see if we can get some wet stuff going. All right, let's do it. Well, there you go. See what happens. I'm not sure if I should put 3 around there, but like I said, this learning experience, the first 2 ever Bunker Buster fire starters, the biggest fire starters in the world. But anyway, let's see if we can light up a wet mess of wood scraps. All right, here we go. It's kind of like call before you dig. Call before you burn, so the whole world doesn't show up to help out when you don't need help. So anyway, we'll make that phone call to dispatch, let them know that we're gonna make some smoke. Not much smoke, but we're gonna have a fire, and if anybody calls it in that they can let them know that everybody knows about it. This burn hole is not too far away from the cemetery, so if there's some people up there checking things out, they might be able to see her. But just noticed there was 0 wind earlier, and welcome to Nebraska. A little bit extra wind picked up here as this rain is moving out, so we'll keep an eye on that before we light her. All right, here we go. All right, here you go. Look at that down there. Don't know if you can see it, but with all the rain we've had here in Nebraska, I think we're gonna be just about 10 inches for July. No water runs out of this hole, so it's all sitting in there, and it is a muddy mess down there. So kind of dug a hole in there. You can tell, yeah, I'm gonna be a muddy mess here, but we're gonna go ahead and get that started. What I do think, once we get these 2 Bunker Busters in there, get them started, I'll go over to my firewood pile that I do have underneath the tarp for some dry wood, so we can get something going here, and we'll see how it works. Kind of feels like I'm trying to start a great big mud ball, wet mud ball on fire. So, well, we're about to find out. talking about the wind down back in here. Not a lot of wind hits it, so she should burn pretty good back here if we can get her started. We'll see what happens. Just starting to see a little bit of fire coming out on this one over here. I was a little wondering about how much air is getting to those fire starters as it burns up through that kindling, but got smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, starting to see some fire on the one here to the left. Alright, well, while you're watching this, I am going to run grab a little bit of dry wood that we can throw on top of this once we get the fire going. Be right back. Alright, I'm off. I'm going to grab a couple of bigger chunks to throw on there and see if we can get that thing real hot, because it's going to have to do a lot of drying with all the dirt and slash in there. All that dirt's mixed in with that slash. Because as I come through with the tractor, I'm just pushing with the bucket or the blade, and it's picking up a lot of dirt in there. So I mean, we're burning a dirt pile that has some trash in it. So anyway, we're gonna have to get that hot because we're gonna have to dry out that dirt, dry out all that slash, and then let it burn. So I'm gonna go grab some bigger stuff here and see if we can get her a little bit hotter. Alright, I am back with some bigger stuff. Let's throw her on there and see if we can heat her up. Ah, crap. All right, a little bigger stuff there. I'll bring you in once we get her fired up. Here we go. All right, got a pretty good start going here. I have got to run here. So this has been, we will call it, I don't know, we've been going for about half hour, 45 minutes. So we're starting to get a nice hot bed there. It'll be interesting to see how far it works through the rest of this stuff here, but I got to run here. I got to go take a look at a house, and we'll be back. So I'll come back up here after we do that. So it'll probably be an hour and a half, and I'll bring it to you. All right, stay tuned. Kind of hard to see, but must have got hot enough there. It is now starting to burn everything on the inside of that mud mound and the scraps that were within it. So that thing's going to smolder probably till the next rainstorm. But anyway, the big firewood starters did their job today, lighting up a bunch of wet stuff. So probably going to do those again. Might be a new product to sell, but probably not, just something I can use. But anyway, we got a lot of smoke, and she's gonna burn up. I'll try and find some footage here next day or two, see how that pile burns up and how it smolders its way out, and see how much room we gave ourselves for the next rounds to go in there. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me today. You guys know the program. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the flip side.